right now we're not online, right?
What's up, guys?
Alright, my name is Bill Henniger. I'm the sanctioning director for WACO, Team USA Kickboxing. The nicest guy you're not going to like because I'm the guy that enforces the rules. Okay? The setup for tomorrow, and the only reason I wanted to keep it first couple of fights, you're going to go into the room through this back door here, get your gloves. The fighter or a coach, I don't care which, has to have a state-issued ID. You're going to show it to the guy at the table. He's going to keep your ID. You're going to get your gloves and your gear. When you're done fighting, you go back to the table, turn the gear in, and get your ID.
Are you not here?
Are you guys ready? All right, so we're gonna just, are you live? All right, ladies and gentlemen, get ready for Clash of the Titans tomorrow night, live in Augusta, Georgia, at the DoubleTree by the Hilton. Tomorrow night's bout is gonna feature Mike the Punisher Seymour versus Zeus the Freight Train Frazier. It's going down. This is 300 pounds of action going down. Heavyweight battle tomorrow night. Get your tickets now. Face that way.
Nice. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live in beautiful Augusta, Georgia at the DoubleTree by the Hilton for Clash of the Titans, live professional kickboxing presented by WACO USA and Double Jab Fight Promotion. Our first bout of the evening in the lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He weighed in at 135 pounds. Standing 6'2" from Memphis, Tennessee.
Humdu. That's what she said. I don't know. Dominique Roundtree.
There's nothing else to joke about. Okay?
Right, he's too good of a fighter to talk about anything.
So, Dominique, you know, you've been training kickboxing for a little while now. You made it onto the U.S. team. What does it mean to you as a fighter to be able to represent our country in boxing?
It means a lot to me to be able to represent our country and our team going out overseas. And I definitely feel like I'm gonna really show a lot of people what America's made of just because I have a lot of fight and I'm ready to fight regardless of who it is.
What motivates you daily to get up and get on the grind?
To be sponsored by Reese's. Reese's Cups is my goal. So that's kind of what I'm pushing for as I go overseas.
Now that you've been introduced to kickboxing, you were a boxer for such a long time, has the way you look at the sport changed for you?
Yes, I feel like the difference in distance is real heavy. Like it goes from being a safe distance in a certain spot to now you're more on your toes and you can't be waiting as much because sometimes in boxing there's a lot more breaks. Especially if you outclass somebody, you don't have to exert as much energy. As the difference in kickboxing is there's more dangerous spots. So even if you can outmove somebody, every now and then you might maneuver into a worse position a little more often than you would in boxing.
What were some of the highlights of your last fight?
I think the highlights of it was the experience I gained, just because that was my first fight coming into the sport of kickboxing. So I definitely got like the pre-fight jitters a little bit because I've never had that experience myself. But also getting in the ring and fighting in a like kickboxing environment and having to dodge kicks and get the real feel for how different the speed is when you can throw knees and kicks, punches all at once. So that was a real fun experience for me.
Were you glad that you had such a game opponent on your first outing?
Definitely. I was worried at first because I knew he had so much experience, but I also didn't want a walk in the park. I didn't want to get somebody that didn't have many fights or didn't have much experience or as much time in the sport of fighting in general as I have, because then I know it would have been too easy and I would have kind of got babied into the sport and I wouldn't have known what lies ahead and what's going to be even more of a hurdle as I go overseas.
Did you ever consider going pro as a kickboxer?
I consider everything because you never know where God may lead you. But yeah, I've met my coach and he's always taught me a lot of different disciplines and a lot of different reasons to know each discipline, even in everyday life. If I was getting a street fight, I know I can defend myself just training where I have, which is Greubel's mixed martial arts in Augusta, Georgia. And I know all the training they taught me over the years has prepared me for almost any situation.
And this is going to be your first trip out of country to fight. What are some of the things you may be looking forward to going to a new country?
To show them about Reese's Cups, because I'm sure they've never experienced that before, and then I can try some of their new foods before and after the weigh-ins. But I also feel like it may be a different tone for me just because like having to shift to more seriousness because they may not even speak the same language and different things like that. So it's going to be like a whole culture barrier as I'm going over there. So I'm going to have to get used to just learning as I go when I go over there. And also, like I said, the difference in foods and tastes and different things like that will be a hurdle just because I don't know what might upset my stomach before I go over there. So I'm going to bring my Reese's Cups in my bag, make sure that's the thing. See how we do. It doesn't intimidate me to be fighting up against the best because I want to prove I'm the best. I know if I fight somebody that's been beaten before, I'm not proving anything because there's another fighter that can beat him. I want to beat the person that nobody can beat and fight the people that no one wants to fight. So that way when I win, I know I'm undisputable, one of the best.
That was a good sound bite right there.
I'm Dominique Roundtree. future sponsoree of Reese's Cups, and I'll be representing Team USA at 125 pounds, 56 kilograms in Bosnia.
Perfect.
Perfecto!